Okay, so God said it was time to share about the walk that we took yesterday. So God had shown me 2 days ago which way I was supposed to go. So when we got to, I knew where I was supposed to walk to. Okay, but He did show me a road that I was supposed to take to get to that destination. So I went to go, not out of disobedience. Like, the thought came to my mind, oh, you're supposed to turn right. But I went to walk across the street. And all of a sudden, I felt this pull. And I heard, turn right. So I turned right. As I turned right, I looked up. There was a cross in the sky. So I kept on walking. And there was a gentleman that was working on his car. And he had his hazard lights on. And I said, oh, God, I know what that will do. So I walked past the car, and all of a sudden I heard, turn around. Y'all know those Skechers shoes that your kids wear with the rolly wheels? How they be riding on their heels? Baby, let me tell you. I know I turned on both of my heels and turned back around. And I said, hey, sir, excuse me. I said, he told me to let you know. I said, I have driven a car before, and it ran out of gas, and I put the hazard lights on, and it killed the battery. I said, and I don't want that to happen to you. I said, he told me to turn around. I said, so I wanted to tell you. And he pounded me. I noticed he had a No Limit Records shirt on. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I met God in a jail cell. I said, I told God that when I get a car of my own, I will put a palm tree on the back windshield. And God has also made me draw this up. I also drew this up in jail. I didn't tell him this part. I went from a no limit soldier to a soldier for Christ. And now, if you've ever been in jail, I am so thankful for the 8th grade teacher the art teacher that taught me how to draw these palm trees, because they have stuck with me. And I drew these palm trees, and that was exactly what I put on this piece of paper. And when you're in jail, you don't have tape, so you use toothpaste. So I put it on the wall with toothpaste. And I said, and I told God that's what I do. He said, check this out. He goes to close the trunk. The car has a South Carolina license plate on it. Smack dab in the middle is a palm tree. And he said, what is your name? And we exchanged names. And I said, isn't God just amazing? I said, I never know what he tells me, what's going to come of it. But when he tells me to do something, I have to be obedient and listen to what he says. And so we pounded again, and I went on my way. So I was told to share that with you. God will place somebody in your path, right time, right place. I don't ever ask questions, because that's not my business. That is his business, not mine. It is just for me to be obedient and listen when he speaks. So I'm thinking, I'm just going to tell this guy, you got your hazard lights on, it's going to kill your battery. Little did I know that I was going to be standing in the street testifying about God. And he was just lit straight up. God is so, so amazing. If I wouldn't have listened and turned right, and would have kept going across the street and across the street to go back up, versus him reminding me and giving me the vision again, you're supposed to turn right. Because again, I had gotten the vision 2 days ago. So then I was like, oh, then he showed it to me. Oh, yeah, we got to go right. I would have missed that entire encounter that he wanted me to have with this gentleman in the middle of a road. Have an amazing, amazing day.